Hey guys, what's going on? It's Crunchy, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Alpha. I also have indigestion, so, the usual. So, it's going to be pretty hard to record this. I'm trying to cut out, the burps and hiccups as much as possible. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. First, let's go ahead and talk about the score streaks. I think the system works really well. You don't need to worry about noobs dropping chopper gunners on you or, war machines. If they're going 20 and 65, there's no way they're going to be able to get that chopper gunner unless they got pretty much 20 kills in one life. So, I do think that UAVs need to be lowered. I don't think they should be 800 because usually if I was playing solo, I was usually the only guy on my team putting up kill streaks or UAVs. Actually, like UAVs, at hardly anybody on my team unless I was playing with a squad. Were putting up UAVs. I was the only one. So, like I said, when I was playing with a squad, it wasn't with a problem. But if you're playing with randoms, it was pretty hard to get some UAVs up there that weren't yours. If you catch what I'm saying. Um, But a lot of people are saying that they're worried about this score streak system still, incentivizing to get kills rather than playing the objective. So they're going to have to find a balance to where, get some kills, and then, if you're playing the objective, that multiplier for your score would also go towards, your score streaks by playing the objective. So they got to find an equilibrium because if you're playing an objective and you were on like a 7 kill streak, you really only got like the base amount of playing the objective, only the base score for playing the objective. So I don't know, they got to boost it up just a little bit in my opinion. The two maps I played the most, which is Satellite and Moscow, play really good. Every time Miami came up, we just backed out. Miami is definitely the Piccadilly of Black Ops Cold War. I think, in my opinion, it'd be better if they maybe chop the map off by maybe 30% both sides. Maybe find a way to counter that camping spot because usually C4s don't reach it, grenades don't do anything up there, and unless you're pushing the stairs, which is the only way to get up there, it's pretty rough to actually take someone out of there, especially if they got like a shotgun secondary. So they need to go ahead and make some sort of counterplay to that power position. Stuns go off too fast and frags take too long to explode. I think it should be a little bit slower for your stun to blow up, maybe by a second, and maybe increase or decrease the time for frags to explode because it takes way too long to cook a grenade in this game. Like, I'm so used to Modern Warfare, you hold it for 3 seconds, you throw it, boom, you get a kill, or you at least get a hit marker. Like, it's like I had to hold a grenade for like 5 or 6 seconds just for it to cook long enough so when it hits the ground, it explodes. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But I think that is something that needs to be worked on, in my opinion. Maybe you disagree with that. I don't know. Spawn placement seemed to be good. However, I found it pretty hard to not necessarily predict spawns, but it seems like the spawns were flipping too often, even when we weren't pushing the enemy spawn. I think that's to alleviate some of these spawn trapping issues, but at the same time, it makes it a little bit inconsistent. You're expecting the enemies to push you from one way, and then next thing you know, you got 3 people spawning in front of you, and 3 people spawning behind you, and then you just get sandwiched. Especially on like Hardpoint Satellite, I noticed that a lot on Hardpoint on Satellite. Not so much Moscow, but Satellite seemed to be the one where spawns were flipping too often, almost for no reason. But overall, I think the spawns are good. They're not perfect, but they're good. Now let's go ahead and talk about the 12v12 mode, which is Combined Arms, which is this game's version of Ground War. It's a good concept, but I think it's poorly executed. Even though as much as I didn't like Ground War in Modern Warfare, I still had some fun with it. However, with Combined Arms, it was just the maps were too big, not enough people, Six Flags that you couldn't choose where to spawn on. So I think if they made it very much like Ground War, where you could choose where to spawn, as long as your team owns that flag, also be able to spawn on squad mates. So if you're playing if you're playing with a squad of 4, or even if you're playing solo combined arms, like, you could choose where to spawn. I think that would alleviate some of the issues with the spawn trapping on combined arms, because it's really easy to get spawn trapped, especially on Armada, because there's people it's just a sniping war at that point, and they're just getting you coming out of spawn. Another thing is maybe increase the player count to 32 total, 16 versus 16, because 12v12, I personally don't think that's enough players. 24 players on those maps is just not big enough. Maybe Armada, you could get away with it. The 3 boat maps kind of looks like 3 USS Texases from World War II. But especially Crossroads, like, Crossroads can definitely support a total of 32 players. Now let's go ahead and get into movement. Sliding and jumping seem to be really broken. Like, look at that. There's this. I just slid into what would have been that dude's dingle-dong if he was, a dude and not a chick. So I just slid right up into her hoochie and just beamed her right in her coochie. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. So, God, that was bad. So I think movement needs, as far as jumping and sliding, needs a little bit of a nerf. And some of the animations for, like, especially throwing your tacticals or lethals seemed really awkward compared to Modern Warfare. Like, Modern Warfare had some of the best animations and movements and gunplay we've ever seen in a Call of Duty game. I understand that this is just an alpha, but I think that needs to be a little bit worked on, especially, like, up-close fights are just way too clunky. Now let's go ahead and talk about snipers real quick. I think that if there wasn't crossplay coming, as far as snipers not having aim assist goes, it would be pretty good, because, obviously it makes quick scoping that much more satisfying. But once it goes crossplay and we're going to be playing with mouse and keyboard players, and let's face it, sniping on a mouse and keyboard with no aim assist is going to be doing way more damage than somebody on, controller with no aim assist. That's just a fact, because mouse and keyboard naturally doesn't have aim assist, so mouse and keyboard players are going to be really used to that. So I think once, the beta comes out and it's crossplayer, maybe even the full game, there will need to be some type of aim slowdown when it comes to sniping on controller. Maybe no rotational aim assist, or maybe not even as strong as Modern Warfare's was, but I do think that some type of aim assist will be needed to compete with the mouse and keyboard players. But that is my opinion on that. I know a lot of people are going to say, scrub controller player needs aim assist. Look, if you think it's so fucking easy to, play on controller, just fucking do it. If controller was so easy, everybody would be doing it. And if mouse and keyboard was so easy, everybody would be doing it. There's pros and cons to each one. I've played on controller my entire life. I've tried mouse and keyboard for about 3 days straight, and I just couldn't get with it. I couldn't find my sensitivity. Movement just felt really weird to me. That's my opinion. I will continue to play on controller my entire life, at least for the time being. There may be a time in the future where I might, try mouse and keyboard again, but as of right now, I'm sticking with controller. I have rarely ever played games on PC. I think I could, think of one time I played Counter-Strike or something similar to Counter-Strike on PC. And let me tell you what, I was like 12, and I wasn't having fun, because you know what? It wasn't on controller. I just never fucking played PC, dude. It's too awkward for me. But, I mean, assume I just have to get used to it. but I don't want to relearn the entire game, dude. My muscle memory is on the sticks, so that's where I'm going to stay. Anyway, moving on. We already talked about Satellite, but this is by far my favorite map, man. Like, it's just so good. There's nowhere to hide, so you're not going to be... You don't got to worry about, Dark Corner McDougal's, just being Dark Corner McDougal's. Hopefully there's no Claymores in the beta or the full game, because let's be honest, Claymores, while I understand why they were added, they're only there for the casual player, not the casual player, but the lesser skilled player who just wants to camp and play passive and keep their backside protected in order to just aim L2 out of a window. And on this map, there is no windows. There's no just holding L2, waiting for someone to walk into your crosshairs. I mean, you could do it, but I don't think you could be able to do it to the success that Modern Warfare did it, if that makes sense. That actually didn't. What I'm trying to say is camping will be not as viable in Black Ops Cold War compared to Modern Warfare. And if they do add Claymores, I think that it's actually going to help out the campers a little bit more. But let's be realistic. Camping is never really been a Treyarch thing, especially not since Black Ops 1, where Ghost was just so broken. But now Ghost is back to working how it has been from Black Ops 2 all the way to Black Ops 4. So that's a W in my opinion. I don't know if it changed in World War II. I think it was only when moving. Don't know about Ghost, never played a Ghost. So I'm trying to think of the other games. I don't know about Infinite Warfare. I played about 3 hours of Infinite Warfare and uninstalled that shit right quick. And what was the other one? Advanced Warfare. It's been so long since I played Advanced Warfare, I can't remember. The perks are very unmemorable in Advanced Warfare. So, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure for the most part, since Black Ops 2 all the way up to Black Ops 4 and back again in Cold War, Ghost only works when you're moving. I'm sure that once, in Warzone, it'll stay the way Ghost works in Modern Warfare and in Warzone currently. I would love to see Ghost catch a nerf as far as Warzone goes, because I know that it's not necessarily going to be under the control of Treyarch. It's still going to be Infinity Ward's baby, from what I understand. They're just going to be adding the Cold War theme, as well as Cold War guns and perks. But I still would like to see Ghost catch a nerf in Warzone. There's no reason to have Ghost be the most broken perk in the game. That's just my opinion on it. And if they add Ninja, Ninja definitely needs a buff. I forgot to mention that. Ninja needs a buff because it's your footsteps are still way too loud when you're running around with Ninja. It's like, yeah. But Ninja needs a buff. All the other perks, in my experience, seem to be in a good spot. I don't know about Tracker, though. Tracker, pinging enemies when you aim at them, that seems a little bit broken. I don't even know if Cold-Blooded is the counter to that or not. But I think that, as far as from what I noticed, Ninja definitely needs a buff. They don't have to be completely dead silent, like Dead Silence, but they definitely have to be way quieter in order for just a perk to be viable, if that makes sense. Of course, it still negates, field mic, but as far as actually people hearing you, it doesn't do jack shit. So Ninja needs a buff, and I don't know about Tracker. I'm still on the fence about Tracker. So anyway, guys, that is pretty much my opinion on the alpha, and that is pretty much it. I don't really have much else to add. I should have taken out that guy, but fuck it, I did get him with the shotty. Let me know what you guys thought of the alpha. you know, what are your likes and dislikes about it? I know a lot of people didn't like the graphics, but you got to remember, guys, it's an alpha. This isn't like a promotional kind of thing. I I am convinced that this was a legitimate alpha test. I still think that the game, as far visually, as far as colors and player visibility goes, is just miles ahead of Modern Warfare. The actual fun of the game is miles ahead of Call of Claymore Window Warfare. So that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave you off here. I know this video is kind of going on now. You know, the first part of the video was scripted, so this is all off the top of my dome now. But like I said, overall I think it's going to be a great year for Call of Duty. Especially like competitive. Like, this might be the game that gets me back in the search and destroy, because ever since Black Ops 2, like Black Ops 2 in my opinion was the best search and destroy game in my opinion. Some would say Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 was good too. Like I said before though, I never played Modern Warfare 2. You know, I pretty much got hooked on Search and Destroy back in Modern Warfare 3 and absolutely loved it in Black Ops 2. Even Black Ops 1. I fucked around with Search and Destroy in Black Ops 1. But I am convinced that this will be the game that gets me back in the Search and Destroy. At least here and there. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this game. That's going to do it for this video. Again, let me know what you guys thought about the alpha, your likes, dislikes, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, and with that, peace out.
You're right.
Hostile artillery targeting active. Net call, incoming artillery. Hostile frag grenade. Spy plane commencing surveillance operation.
He's in the satellite all the way to the left, inside.
Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Hostiles destroyed one of your field mics.
Timeline expired. Spy plane armed. Artillery targeting detected. Net call, incoming artillery. Hardpoint lockdown. Enemy spy plane inbound. Hardpoint located.
Run to the other spot.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
We're already on it.
Hardpoint lockdown. Hardpoint lockdown. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint lockdown. We've lost the hardpoint.
Oh my god.
Hardpoint is secure.
Artillery awaiting target coordinates.
Alright, I'll wait for the other one. Oh, I thought that was you guys. Going for another one.
Sit
Ah.
enemy attack helicopter above. Hardpoint lockdown. Artillery targeting detected. Artillery inbound.
I got it.
That was shit.
got it. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
They are too strong. Fall back at them. Incoming grenade. Crash.
That's a piece.
Yep.